Hey guys, Josh from Gundams here, and I'm making my video on how to build advanced custom msia. Not just, swapping shoulders and legs and stuff. Advanced. And so, if you want to make some really cool customs, this is the video to watch. I don't have my usual work area because it's got movie sets on it, so we'll have to settle for here. First off, this is a Epion version 1. As you can see, his head has been removed. I am building a GM version of the Oxel Gundam. I don't know if it'll have those shoulders or what. I haven't really decided. So, GM version of the Oxel Gundam. Downside, GM's neck peg hold on the head is much bigger than that neck peg. So that neck peg needs to be replaced. So, we find some hot water, and we put it in. And so he's just going to sit there and soak up some hot water, make the plastic more malleable, and things like that. And we're going to go over some other stuff. All of these joints, they rip apart, and truth is, all of these little plastic parts, they come out. Did you know that? They come out. First you got to heat them up, like in a bowl of hot water, let them sit for a while, and then you have to pry them out. But they'll go back in, too. Though I usually suggest super glue when doing it. But sometimes you just need to replace legs and knees. You can pull these out and replace them with another mobile suits, And this mobile suit, for instance, is loose. They just, I guess he got played with a lot or something. So, see his leg. So, you grab some super glue. Go easy on it. It only takes a little bit. And you just leave it. No, that would be bad. Just keep it moving. This will help it, to dry and end up in the right places. When it dries, it will add more friction to your mobile suit. You can also use this on the joints, like the pegs. You see that? There we go. Yeah, that one right there. You can put super glue on those to, give the arms more friction so it's not all loose and running around. So, you keep it moving. You can do it and not put the joint on. In fact, I'll probably just let it dry over here. But that will help with the loose joints. You can make the arm pegs, bigger just by adding some coats of super glue. You'll have to wait as they dry. You can't just add lots of super glue. If you're going to paint your MSIA, you're going to run into problems. I have tried to paint a couple of them, and it's going pretty bad. This is why somebody asked me, why don't you paint the Oxel Gundam? Well, because it's never gone very well. The Zaku Cannon was my latest best success here recently, and I'll tell you what I did. I wish I had him right here to show you, but I don't. First thing I did was I got some really hot soapy water, and I washed them. Why? Because when they make these Gundams, they use something called mold release so that, the mold that they're made in, they'll pop right out. The mold release keeps things from sticking to them, like paint and glue and things like that. So you're going to have to wash it really good in some really hot water to get the mold release off. But that's not enough, because I tried that too. You're going to need some 400 or 600 grade sandpaper. And so you sand your Gundam all over everywhere that you want to paint him, and that should work. And then use acrylic paints. The variety doesn't matter. I'd use a higher grade than Walmart. Sadly, that's all I got at the moment because I live in a small town. We're lucky to have a Walmart. Let's put it that way. And use acrylic paints, and then use an acrylic clear coat spray to cover it. I suggest flat so it's not super shiny. And this will keep your paint from chipping off too bad. This is the best luck I've had. If you have any better tips, feel free to write them down. So our mobile suit's been soaking here. We're going to reach in the hot water and try not to burn ourselves. Shake off the water. We need to pop that joint out. So we got a little sharp thing here. A super, super, super tiny flathead screwdriver will work as well. And now that the plastic's heated up, it's kind of malleable. And so we can get in there, I hope. See? Popped right out. Now you could take another Gundam, say you got some broken ones in your collection or some that lost their parts, and you could go borrow their neck and put it in that hole. If the hole's too small, just drill it with a power drill. And, you know, you stick your new neck in there. I've done that several times because I've broken neck pegs or things like that. And make sure you don't use needle nose pliers. Or, again, if you're going to use pliers to pull out mobile suits things, you know, rather than the prying method. I highly suggest the prying method, though. Make sure when you're using pliers, you take a piece of paper and cover the joint so you don't tear it up. This is one of the things. I have a Gundam book called The Gundam's Perfect Collector's Guide, and it shows you how to do all these things. Good luck finding that magazine. It's really hard to find. But you can pull these out, but I suggest prying them out with a small prying tool. This is just, I don't know what kind of tool this is. I've just got it from my dad years and years ago, but a really, really small flathead screwdriver will work just fine. You just pop the joint out. You can always put it back in if you change your mind. And this is how you build advanced customs. For instance, I have this guy, and I don't want to show him off, but his arm is loose. So what I will either do is either add super glue onto that coating, you know, to make it bigger so it matches the ball joint, which already has some sticky tack in it. It's another good one to fill in those gaps temporarily. Or I will go and steal the ball joint from another Gundam, adjust, you know, the hole here, possibly a little drilling, and stick the joint for this arm in there. And then the arm will be fine, instead of flexible and crazy wiggly like it is now. Be careful when you're building your customs. Make sure that it's something you really want to do. You know, just make sure that it's a custom you really want to do before you go ripping things apart. You know, if it's going to be more permanent. And some things will take a couple coats of super glue. This one's still pretty loose because it is very worn out. Like I said, you can pop these little joints out. Little gray part, you can just pop that out, the same as I did that neck peg, and put a different mobile suits in there as long as they fit. And they pretty much match all around. I mean, occasionally you're going to have to match up. You know, check first. Always check first. I took a Heo Gundam and mixed some of its joints, you know, like these, popped them out, and well, hey, that one just came out all by itself. Isn't that handy? I took one of these out from the Hale Gundam and stuck it on a gun cannon as I was trying to make a different gun cannon. You know, these got little screwy ends, so it screws right back in. You know, there's no worries if you decide you don't like the custom you built and you want to put the guy back together. Add a little super glue to that, stick it back in, and by golly, don't try and take it out again because it's now super glued. Be careful with the super glue. You know, don't go nuts with it. Anyways, these are the advanced tactics for building advanced msia. You know, for doing more than just swapping parts, but actually swapping joints and modifying them to work when they might otherwise not be compatible. Hopefully this is helpful to you guys who are building custom Gundams for our customs contest going on through March 16th through May 1st. And hopefully for those of you who are just building customs, I hope this is helpful. Please rate our video and subscribe if you aren't already a subscriber. And feel free to make video responses to this video on your custom Gundams if you want to. Thanks. I'd love to see your customs. Bye.